Good evening, everybody. We are back live for a very exclusive event. As a matter of fact, I think it's the first time we've ever dabbled into the EU community. We're going to do it off right with a Meseeks Invitational EU style. I'm Verdict. With me, looking muy guapo as always. Gilmania on the ones and twos. Gil, how are you doing, bro?
Hey, I am really excited. I'm doing great. Like you mentioned, first time we're gonna be doing this, and well, we got ourselves a really interesting day already.
Absolutely. I was actually taking a look at the brackets. We've got, some graphics for you guys to take a look at so you can have a visual as well as hearing our lovely voices. We're going to dive on into the upper bracket today. It's supposed to be 4 matches, but obviously, as you can see from the bracket on your screen, you can see Bunker Raw going to advance on the backs of Navi DQing. Obviously, everyone knows they are not going to be playing today, but we will still have 3 best-of-3 matches to come. Stamina and Nova are going to start things off. Should be an interesting one. Meseeks and Asilium for matchup number 2, and as we put in the chat, Gallant and Illuminati are going to be our last and final matchup. Illuminati was formerly Noxious Blood, so to see them in a community event like this is an absolute blast. I know that some of their players, such as Moro, who received the Rookie of the Year award, super looking forward to how they produce and what their future is going to be looking like. So I think we got Stamina and the guys over at Nova in the lobby, so I think we might be good for our first best of 3 to come. This is a $250 event, and I'm looking forward to branching out into EU as I say that. So going to start things off right. Do we have the best of 3 formats ready to rock and roll?
I don't see it. I'm not too sure if we could get
there
some
we go.
details on that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they like the bog chat down in in the Discord, right?
All right. Well, so we do have it, Verdict, and it is going to be, for starters, a game of Hardpoint on Hackney Yard. That should be interesting. Then Search and Destroy Takeoff, and a potential game 3 of Domination on Raid. The bans are going to be from Stamina, the Sparrow, and the map of Crossfire. From Nova is going to be the Annihilator and Summit.
There we go. We've got a best of 3 to come. Sparrow, Annihilator, obviously going to be your normal bans with the Kinetic Armor and the TAC 5 getting an immediate ban. You don't even need to do it. Stage 5, we're not going to see it, so we're definitely not going to see a ban of that here, as it's not going to be in play. Crossfire on Summit, obviously, with the way that Summit was played by Nova yesterday in the Mobile Mayhem finale, I was expecting them not to ban that map, but obviously they make that choice. Stamina opted to choose Crossfire as a map veto was interesting as well. So starting things off right with a Hardpoint Hackney Yard, and this is one of my favorite Hardpoint maps, and I'll tell you why. It has 5 rotations. It requires a lot of effort for the teams to bunker down for spawns, and overall, it just has a different variety of map attributes that make it great. The top side of green should be an interesting battle for that P3. Backside of Tire Shop should be a good one as well. So I love Hackney Yard. I'm loving the fact that we are in the EU scene, and I think we are all getter for game number 1 as I'm looking in the lobby. Everyone's green check marks across. You can actually see it on my screen as well. Gil, I know you did a lot of casting with me on the Mobile Mayhem EU side of things, and I know you're a little bit more familiar with the scene. Based off of what you saw in regular season play as well as in the playoffs, what are we looking forward to in this matchup?
Well, looking forward specifically, I think there's just gonna be a blast, specifically because, in my opinion, these are gonna be the top 2 teams that are gonna be fighting right off the bat in here. So, well, of course, we have Nova, we have Stamina, we have gonna start with the first game, and well, for the side of Nova, I am thrilled to see what Karma and Saturns are here to offer for us today.
Oh, yeah, dude. Anytime I hear Karma or Saturn's name, I get a jump for joy. Turu as well. Turu has been a Search to Destroy god recently, so Nova definitely going to be stacked in that regards. But Stamina also, well, there we go. I knew my emulator would be laggy today. I didn't think it'd be that laggy, but here we are. Already in P number 1, it's a Sweatfest. Yaya going to pick 2 off the bat, and that is going to be the hill in favor of the guys over at Nova that got spawned in P2, and All they have to do is, you know, double down on the backside, hold that anchor, and that's going to be Neil doing the good job there on the back front. But, you know, they're getting their fair share of the pie here in P1, which is great. Obviously, it's going to be a shorter trek to the hill. Stamina going to have to battle for this, you know, objective time as well as spawns for new. This is going to be, you know, a lot for them to handle.
Yeah, plenty of time was given for the Nova squad, but now we're going to see Stamina break through. The one inside is going to be Drory with some company. They're going to be staying for the longest time. Shift ended up dying. I'm not too sure how he killed himself, but you know, stuff happens. Mistakes were made. What's important is that Stamina was able to keep up, but at what cost? Yes, they got the last 20, almost 30 seconds, but Nova decided to rotate early. I see Karma on the left side of the map just waiting, being patient, and he's gonna be making sure that no one can get through that door too easily. Gonna be playing with his Holger, using a few of the spray and pray you can do with a Holger. Gets a kill, but eventually dies to the hands of Drory. It seems like Nova are holding in strong and are trying to make sure that, well, they just get the 60 points uncontested.
Well, that's going to be an issue, but, you know, with Drory right here in their spawn side, as a matter of fact, he is looking to bunker down from the spawn. He'll finally able to take him down. That should solidify that 460 that you were mentioning. So, I was desperately looking for Stamina making a break here, and Drory was that, you know, that player that we had to keep in factor for the rotations. Now, we're going to see about 20 seconds left on the hill, and I can already see the focus and the attention of all the Stamina players falling back. 3 players in. You're looking at spawns now for Stamina making that rotation over to P3. It's going to be out in the open, but, you know, it's not going to be one of those money hills, right? It's going to be one of those hills that you're going to be able to put your foot on for maybe 15 to 20 seconds tops if you're not being contested and if you're not getting taken out immediately. It's out in the open. You literally have, you know, 1 barrel and then a few boxes to maintain the fort. So, you know, doubling down for P4 is obviously the goal here, as Bobby Green will be the next rotation. But, you know, whatever Stamina can get off here is, in my opinion, going to be better than nothing, right? Because you're down by 50. You're going into the latter half of the game, and you allow Nova to continue run you over. It's just not going to be a good event.
And even less so if you think about the fact that, well, there's going to be Nova winning most of their interactions. The only one on Stamina that could be doing the best job so far would be Drory, with 8 kills. He's going to be rocking this Type 25, already saving onto that death machine, just waiting to be used. Of course, on this specific point, it wouldn't take too much value, so probably going to be waiting until the next one. For the time being, well, neither of the teams are going to be getting too many points off of P3. And that's pretty bad for Stamina specifically. You said it, they were already too far behind. And yes, they got a couple points, but they are still losing by about 35 points. Nova are going to be in the next kill. Karma is going to be using the death machine, gets taken out. But so many other allies are going to be in the vicinities and just waiting for some more to get kills. Drory trying to break through. Let's see if we can do it with the help of these allies.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with adapting to the meta. As a matter of fact, he kind of picked up that Type 25 and he just seemed to really thrive with it. As a matter of fact, he's going to find a nice 2-piece there before he shut down Karma, doing what he does best, and that is manning the objective here. He's got a few seconds on the hill to go along with it. So Inferno going to try and make the break. We didn't get to see Inferno yesterday, which was very sad, but we're going to get to see him today. Not necessarily have the best game number 1, which is okay. And I know in chat, guys, if you're joining in and you're seeing the lag, I hope that it's only for game 1. I've noticed that the emulator, when I first started up, just doesn't seem to want to cooperate. But after that first game, it seems to be a little more stable. So I'm hoping that Stamina can find a little bit more stability in this P5 rotation, though, as Drory has already set up for new, but he's got 3 Nova players to deal with. He finds 1 massive kill on the backside. But look at Neil. Neil has been doing a phenomenal job all game long for bunkering down and anchoring for these spawns. He doesn't have a ton of kills to show for it, but look at his KD. It's only 6 and 8, 6 and 9 now as he gets taken down. But he has truly been a staple piece of this Nova team in their success so far in game number 1, solely based on his ability to bunker down for those spawn sites.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to help your team just spawn way too close to the next hill is always so important. We saw that yet again for them. Nova are inside. I see Rory trying to break through, getting a kill, but then getting taken out by Jaja. Jaja making a defense in there. Karma helping him out. And this has been all game long. Finally, Stamina breaks through. They have 20 or so seconds remaining, but the push is not over. I do see that Yaya is going to be there using this thumper. Gets taken out. The problem is, Verdict, they only need 11 more seconds. Nova made a tremendous job, and at this point on the next hill, it's going to be really difficult. One of those that, yes, can be pretty contested. But the same fact that it can be heavily contested also means that at any given moment, Nova are going to get the points, and they are going to start off right now with a tremendous defense.
Yeah, they have this building cut pretty much in half here. You see the players' coverage. It's just absolutely on point. Of course, they're going to take game number 1. They're going to do it with a bit of ease on that rotation to the resets. And, you know, it started off strong for Nova, and it only got better as the game progressed. Stamina, you know, battle for P1, didn't necessarily find as many points as they wanted to. Obviously, they were on the poor side of the spawns. You double down for P2 and the rotation's over. Drari wins an instrumental gunfight, but the spawns aren't reflected in that case. P2 was a full set for the guys over at Nova, and then you battle over that P3, one of those hills where you could have regained some of that confidence. Wasn't able to get much off of it, and it was pretty much a downhill effort after that. So Nova capitalized on some great map positioning. You got to thank Neil for that, bro. Literally anchored the entire game. I don't care if he's at the bottom of the leaderboard. You know, he's number 1 in our hearts. He's the rock to that team that game. Absolutely crushed it in anchor and spawns. But you look at the scorecard, you've got kills to go along with the objective time. Saturn's putting a minute and 36 on the hill, also going 15 to 10. That also helps out. So Nova overall played a lot better, a lot more collectively, and Stamina, you know, they have a chance to redeem themselves on a hardpoint or search and destroy here.
And that's already a point for the Nova roster. Tremendous performance. We are going to be getting ready for the game of search and destroy, but overall, a dominant team of Nova in game 1. They're coming in hot, you know, they are not messing around.
Nice.
They just want to just start with everything, going all out.
You're absolutely right, man. That game 1 was, you know, downhill spiral for Stamina. They just couldn't contain the objective, and I think it's partially to do with the fact that Nova had a great, you know, anchor, and they lacked that anchor role in their rotations. P5, you could tell Neil was nowhere near the objective, but his positioning alone solidified that all of Nova would spawn right next to that P5 site. So tremendous job from Nova as they take game number 1. Obviously, this is a double elimination bracket, so you saw, you know, Navi forfeit game number or match number 1, really. They have a second chance to redeem themselves, and I think tomorrow when we have more, you know, information on what we're going to have ahead of us, I think we're going to see them hopefully in that loser side bracket. This is a 4-day event, so plenty of action to spread across the EU scene, and so glad we're actually going to be able to branch out and make this a reality. I've been talking to the guys over in EU, and I know I've cast Mobile Mayhem, and I have that part of me, but I've really wanted to branch out the Meseeks side of things, and you know, logistically it wasn't right in the past, but now here we are. We're across the pond. We're ready to rock and roll. We've got game number 2 to come through. It's going to be a takeoff search or destroy, and you know, I'm expecting Stamina to strike hard, strike fast here early on.
Yeah, and even more so that as they are on the offensive side, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like on takeoff specifically, while being on the offensive role, can be a little bit tricky, can be quite tough for you to actually feel confident enough to go for a pushover at a potential bomb plant. So I think it's also a good chance for Stamina just to take a good approach of a defense that can solidify a good number for them right off the bat, you know? Start defending, making sure that you're getting kills here and there. And even if you're not getting killed, by making sure that you're holding onto a wall that they cannot go through, cannot plant, and the timer is just going lower and lower, that could also be pretty beneficial for the Stamina.
Oh, absolutely. I'm expecting you know, Inferno and Grizz and Arcs to find a way to take a dub here. Obviously, Jirari was the carry in game number 1. He's going to have a massive presence here as well. So we're going to go ahead and dive on into the games. As I'm trying to update the title so that it reflects the team names and, you know, make sure that everyone is aware of what we're watching. At the same time, I am not the best multitasker, and you guys know that. So game number 2, no fear for Stamina. If they do not take this game, they will have a second opportunity in the loser side of things. But let's be honest here. This is a matchup that has high implications for a lot of reasons. These are 2 Stage 5 contending teams. They're both in that same Group A. The one that, you know, in its all fairness is competitive, but nowhere near as strong as that Group B. This is their opportunity to prove themselves here. Karma going to find first blood for his team. Turu drops the Search and Destroy God that I claimed earlier, and it doesn't look like the emulator is getting much better. So maybe we'll restart it after this game.
Yeah, a couple of kills are going to be traded. Inferno is out, so is JuJu. A 1-for-1 trade where I see that JuJu was... Wait, yeah. Oh yeah, the one is dead is actually Turu. I got that wrong, but so are some of his allies. Karma and Neil are going to remain. Neil gets the kill into Grease, even things out at 2 versus 2. And the problem is that the bomb is going to be on the ground. The push is non-existent for Nova purely because they are just... making sure that they can walk their way through the bomb. 1 minute remaining, and I'm not sure if Stamina realized where the bomb was at. If they didn't, that could be beneficial for Nova, but the problem is the time. 45 seconds on the clock. Shift is going to be defending this stadium area just slightly close to the bomb. It seems like Neil and Karma just sort of sticking together, making sure that they can get that bomb. But the single problem that they are having here is still the time. 30 seconds on the clock. Karma using this thumper that actually doesn't get too much action elsewhere in the competitive scene, but it seems like Hero has been getting a bit of love onto that weapon. Karma finally picks up the bomb, 10 seconds remaining, and now I think they have been spotted. Stamina Drari is making a defense, shooting at them, taking out the sniper, missing this shot, but Shift is from the back, taking a kill. Here's where the bomb is planted, goes for it, but Karma, he's not enough with a bomb plant, you know, he also wanted the kill, getting it, and that's Nova in the lead.
Yeah, they got to coordinate that push a little better. That was Stamina's round to take. Nova do a great job of, you know, saving themselves around there. It should have been Shift getting the drop. Neil gets killed a little sooner. You have 2 players to work with, and that's Murder, She Wrote. But, you know, Neil able to survive that last, you know, bit of seconds and able to solidify that that shot taking down Drari was massive. So maybe a little bit more coordination, or better coordination, rather. Not necessarily more, but better for the side. Oh, Neil gets abused there. Drari on his 5th. He's finally going to be taken down, but his damage is already done. 2 players down, or make that 3 now, as I just saw the kill feed. 3-for-1 trades. Inferno going to be traded early there, too, so 3-for-2 now, as we do see first round going in favor of Nova. Stamina doing a little better job, but they gotta commit here. They gotta make sure they have a good round. There we go. Shift. Good shot. Snarks gets on board as well. We're all tied up, and now we've got an interesting Search or Destroy match.
Yeah, last time mistakes were made. The side of Stamina just couldn't capitalize on the fact that, well, there was one player planted the bomb and could have been an easy kill. They didn't realize that was going on, and, well, paid the price by getting killed. This time around, not going to be the case. They came in strong, only losing 2 players and eliminating the full enemy squad. This time around, I see that Grace is being quite aggressive with the Type 25, finds the first opponent, does a lot of damage, but Narcs is actually the one to pick up that kill with that sniper. Narcs, we know how good he can be playing with this sniper role, and he is right now going to be playing with the DLQ. While at the same time, I also see Drari defending the B-bomb. There's going to be quite a few players there. Narcs gets a kill. Drari going aggressive onto another one. Let's see if we can try to get a couple more kills. Yaya's being aggressive, finds the first blood. The double.
Oh my god.
Yaya with the double, even things out.
How does Yaya get? How does he get in there and make something like this happen? He evens the score up here. It's a 3v3. Yaya picks up his 5th kill, 4th and 5th this round. Just a massive presence in mid, and he's going to go unpunished, and that is, you know, a loose end that you can't afford to have lying around. Oh, did he not see Turu there? Oh, not Turu, but Shift, I guess Turu did, so I guess Inferno's going to be left at a 1v5. Oh, the SVD. I haven't seen it one shot like that, but Inferno absolutely turns on Yaya. But, I mean, let's be realistic about it. Now you've got a 1v3 to clutch. Take one down. Make it a 1v2. Karma on the full-on flank. That's an easy one for Nova. They execute perfectly, and you can thank Yaya for that round. He literally got all the way into the spawn building, that P3 area, and was untouched or unnoticed. How does that happen?
Yeah, that cannot be happening for Stamina. They lost 2 players, and Yaya was just alive, just chilling. You know, he continued to walk around, trying to find some more opponents, and, well, eventually he did get taken out. But overall, losing 2 players to the same enemy and not even being able to get the kill onto him is not the best move. In here, the advantage is once again for Nova. Yaya is going to be still playing with a Type 25. Once again, Stamina gets the first blood, but that's been the issue. They are getting the first couple of kills, but they don't capitalize on it. Drari gets the kill into Turu, leaving only Neil, Yaya, and Karma. Yaya might get spotted by Grizz, and he does get taken out. Neil answers back by eliminating Grizz with a sniper, but this is still a 4 versus...
Oh, Neil.
2 versus 2.
Oh, my
You see
God.
what I mean?
Yo, Nova doing a great job of getting, like, those return frags on point. It doesn't matter how many players they have left. They play so very well together. And I think that's where Stamina is lacking at right now. You saw the placement of Grizz. Sure, he was able to take down Yaya. But you got Neil and Karma on the backside able to pick up 1 each for themselves, tying it up here. And these are all too familiar situations in this game alone that Stamina has been dealing with. And not very well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting him to have a great search and destroy game, and right now it's looking like they might fall apart early on here, as we're only in day 1. Neo spots Shift, does a great job of rotating back, but Shift gonna take the bait or not? Inferno up top could be the equalizer if he can land one of these shots here with the SVD. We've seen, oh, Neil absolutely clutch, finds Inferno. That was a determining factor. Shift says, no, I've got one of my own. And that's Karma right here with him to deal with. He gets the shots. The head glitch right there was not favorable to Karma. Why? Because all Shift could see there was his upper body and his head. So, of course, Shift able to hit those shots. That was clutch. But, you know, I still got Nova as a heavy momentum leader here in this matchup. So, you know, unless things turn for the worst, or, you know, here in these next few rounds for Nova, I still got to say, even on the backs of 2v4 scenarios, they seem to have more confidence in this matchup.
Absolutely. The issue has been losing 1 or 2 players at first, but then after that, they just roll with the flow and continue to eliminate their opponents. The 1-to-1 trades are going to happen. Saturn's, is he going to be using the PDW? Is that something that I saw? Oh, he was using the PDW, eventually got taken out, but
keyword
that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, 4 versus 3. The player advantage is going to be for Nova. The defense is going to be more heavily towards the A side. It is going to be Shift defending V, gets the kill onto Yaya, making it even, a 3 versus 3. Nova is still not being too aggressive. They're waiting for their opportunity. Neil playing with the sniper, and Karma still playing with the Type 25. We've seen so many new weapons with the new season. It's just absolutely insane. The AS Ball shining, the Type 25. Some others continue to try to roll with the MX9, but that definitely doesn't happen too often. The nerf that it had, it was just a bit too strong, of course. Problem with the MX9 was that other weapons got buffed and heavily. Right now in this 3 versus 3, 40 seconds. Who do we expect here now, Birdie?
I'm on the sides of Shift, because right now he's in a very vulnerable position if he gets pushed by all 3 of these players, which he's not going to get pushed by one. That is Neo, who's going to be holding the backside. Nova looking to make this B plant a reality. Shift looking to spoil the ventures. He might be able... Oh, did he catch sight of Karma? Karma called sight of him. That's not a good sign. The shots come through. Shift able to win that gunfight is massive. He is on a venture here. But if he peeks his head out too much, Neil is going to make it pay. Oh! Turu finally getting on board with his 6, and Neil doing a great job there. Oh my God, Neil picks up his kill. Drari. Oh, there's not enough time.
Not enough time.
Well, I mean, well played. I was obviously not very aware of the timing that we had, and Stamina going to be able to win one off of that. That last kill is going to stay alive, and that's Jirari. So we're going to flip sides and see how Stamina played things. I'm expecting a little bit more of a conservative push here. Why? Because they're a search and destroy, like, not dominant, but they have thrived in search games, and it's one of their stronger game modes. I'm not expecting them to, show too much of that strategy.
Wow.
Chris, however, going to show that R9. Yo, that thing has some range, don't it?
Mm-hmm. 3 kills in favor of Stamina, only 1 for Nova. The bomb has been planted. They are being quite aggressive on the left side. The blue team of Stamina just trying their hardest. Inferno gets the kill onto Saturn's. Karma being left alone. Does use the Thumper, doesn't get a kill. 25 seconds on the clock, getting pushed over from 2 completely opposite angles. There's only so much you can do. He did land a couple of shots, but just got taken out by Jirari. And this game is now swifting the momentum. You said it when we were tied up 2-2. I definitely felt like Nova was being more dominant, like you mentioned. But on the last 2 rounds, well, Stamina have been able to keep up. Saturn's still with the PW, finds the first blood, going for the double and getting it. He's not afraid to go for the enemies. Turu also gets a kill, and so it ends. Well,
yeah,
I was talking about momentum. Well,
yeah,
momentum is gone now.
Well, that's the funny thing about momentum. You can have it one moment, you can, lose it the next, and that is Nova capitalizing on some great plays there as Turu and Saturn's combined for 3 to 4 there. Of a mega round that they needed. They can't let this opponent get to a match point scenario, because once you do that, you lose all of that momentum. Nova doing a great job of recovering in that round alone, and we're going to see if Turu can continue to do his deed here, as he's in that aggressive A position. He's going to get pushed by multiples. Grizz going to get caught out lacking. Turu able to capitalize on that, but Narks and Jirari find 2 of their own. We're all tied up at 3. Now the push is going to fall back. Nova need this round to tie things up, and they might just get it. And Karma going to be left out in the open by himself. Saturn's going to peek up top. Locations from Shift is going to be converged on Narks. Or not Narks, but Saturn's going to... Well, the Thumper. A little bit of delayed reaction there. The shots go off. He drops, but he does get the kill. These guys over at EU are pioneers. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I don't ever see anybody use... guns like the Thumper, or, back when the, what was it, the AMAX, the one-shot. I believe I saw Inferno using it before anybody else. Granted, it's not how, who does it first, it's who does it better. I still see a lot of the NA players utilizing and being able to capitalize on that. So, phenomenal job here from Stamina to regroup and push us to that match point. They're all tied up, and was 4-2. 2 rounds get taken unmatched there from Nova. We've got ourselves an interesting search, and again, not going to see too much creativity from the Stamina roster, but you can obviously tell they want to win this, so they are going to play it a little conservatively. Nark's going to find one. Karma, last player alive. Going to spot Jirari, but it's going to be a shot in the dark 1v5 scenario.
I think Shift might be... Okay, Shift just reconnected. Might be having some internet issues. Finally goes back, plants the bomb, and this is a 1v5. Back and forward now. We've seen 2 dominant rounds for the side of Stamina, then 2 for Nova. Now this is gonna be a perfect round, but for Stamina being 1 round away from even things out. Of course, they want to take us to a game number 3, and well, Nova now on the brink of not being able to collapse on their opponents on time. Of course, it wouldn't be over for them, so the pressure is still not onto them, but obviously it's always better to finish this off early as possible. Yaya finds the first blood. Now the push is going to be quite aggressive. I see too many names, too many numbers there over at Alpha. The bomb is now heavily contested. Shift trying to get a kill. Yaya gets another one onto Inferno. And so does Turu, leaving only 2 enemies alive. Stamina might not be able to clutch it up. Shift gets taken out, and so is Narks. We've had verdict. We've had 3 perfect rounds in a row. 1 Nova, 1 Stamina, and now for Nova again.
Who's going to be the flawless victor here? I couldn't tell you, man. We saw that momentum shift early on. It was 2-2. It went in favor of Stamina, but it's not going Stamina's way right now. As a matter of fact, we're in round 11. We're going to flip sides and arcs. What are you doing, bro? You can see the ADS on point. Saturn's going to make the push up. Y'all going to find first blood. The shot's going to hit. Oh! Saturn's drops. Trovo on the flank. Trovo going to be able to do one, but he is going to fall shy of finding another. He's going to be taken down. Bomb's down. Stamina. On the brink of taking us to a game 3. Narks! You dirty dog! Narks!
Wow.
Going to pick up 3 that round. That's going to cap it. And the remainder of the Stamina crew able to pick up the pieces and the crumbs. But, man, Narks was a demon that round.
Let me talk to you about the reflexes from Narks. He's not even the one who jumped. The enemy jumped. You could barely see the head. He aims in, takes the kill. That was the 3rd one by them. Then Drari finishes off with the double, but Narks just phenomenal job. I'm talking to you about how fast he was at realizing there was an enemy to the right, aiming in and aiming properly to get that shot. Like, you don't see that on every player out there, and just Narks so good with his sniper role. 11 kills for him and 11 for Drari.
Oh.
Phenomenal game.
You know what? Somebody that I don't believe gets the best recognition for the Stamina team, only because, you know, you've got players like Narks, Grizz, and Inferno that are, you know, always a top contending name regardless of what the scenario is. Drari, by far, has been the most consistent player for the past few weeks for this Stamina team. I got to give him some shine there. He picked up that double to end the game. Sure, we were talking about Snarks. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Of course, we're going to be continuing to talk about Narks because bro literally is cracked with the DLQ in his hand. But Drari has been one of the most consistent players, if not one of the best, since this recent update. That Type 25 in his hands is just absolutely lethal. And you can tell the combo is just, you know, they vibe off of each other. We saw that momentum shift. They held down the bunker. They had was that a flawless round for Stamina? By the way, I think it is, and I think you're muted.
I don't think it was. I think they may have lost one or two, but
they dropped Grizz. That's right, because Turu was able to pick up one. So, and then he got absolutely abused. My guy Narks, that was a clip, bro. Put it on Twitter, put it on YouTube, do whatever you got to do. If you're not recording, I'm sorry. I'll go back and get it for you. I didn't. Oh yeah, I called every bit. I didn't skip off of Nark's few at the end of the game. I knew he was going to be the clutch player to come through, and sure enough, Verdict wasn't wrong for a chance. So, game 3, right around the corner, domination on raid. Who you got?
Who do I got? I mean, it's gonna come down now to respawns, and well, Nova was definitely the dominant one on Hardpoint. So, well, let's see what's upon us for Stamina. In the past, Stamina have been able to just overcome Nova. But I'm not sure. Of course, we have the fact that so many people are getting used to the new device that they've been using. That's something that we've talked about now for the last couple of weeks. And for the better or the worst, you know, it's a new device. You gotta get used to the new sizing, how it works, how it looks. And, well, I feel like Nova has been one of the, not the first, but one of those teams that definitely has gotten the best of their new toys, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Nova, you know, fish in water when it comes to respawn game modes. As a matter of fact, the fact that they were able to compete in that particular game alone just lets me know that they are a triple threat when it comes to that stage 5, you know, that's right around the corner. It's like 15 days, 16 days away. So you got to be very, very, you know, on top of the fact that they can not only take you out in domination or a hard point, but they can also do it in Search and Destroy. That is, you know, that's scary. That's, you know, all too often we see teams who thrive in hard points or thrive in dominations, but, you know, not necessarily a threat in Search and Destroy. That's not the case for Nova. They have their act together. They had a phenomenal game, and you know, when you got that team synergy on point, it just seems like they're untouchable. They obviously took Mobile Mayhem Championship last night, reclaimed their crown at the top of the throne, and surely enough, they are taking us to a game 3 and could have easily closed that one out on a game 2. As a matter of fact, Stamina, not predominantly known as a Search and Destroy team, but they are very lethal. You saw the shots from Narks. He's a huge factor, but when Drari is on, bro, he has arguably one of the best like awareness of what's going on in the situation. It's just ridiculous. So game 3, I'm gonna be fair and not make a prediction, but based off of what I've seen with domination games that Nova play, did you guys see that holy comeback yesterday? Gil, did you catch that against Navi? They played, it was a domination on standoff, and man, it was a heartbreaker for Navi. As a matter of fact, it was a game 3. Navi could have took the lead. It was like one,
absolutely
126 or no 136 to like 110, and then Nova somehow get a triple cap. And
the triple cap. Yeah, I saw that. It was.
I was heartbroken.
It was
bro.
a great. It was a phenomenal series, though.
Oh my god, it was so good, bro. It was so good. All right,
yeah. Yesterday I got the time to watch most of the EU finals, and it was just brutal. You know, going all to the game number 6, it was just amazing to see both of them just give out their best and put in the effort. And well, you said it. I definitely felt like that one was gonna be for Navi, but you know that triple cap that hurt a lot, and it was even pretty close up until the end. But we all know the results, right?
Yeah, we all know the results, man. It's like when Nova turns the Jets on, there's no looking back. You know, Navi, even on the backs of having a great first half and then a tremendous start to the second half, it's just, I mean, all that momentum went out the door. And we were talking about how quickly that could shift into your opponent's power. You give Nova a centimeter, they're going to take a kilometer. You know, I'll go ahead and do it for you guys. I know the metric system is, you know... I know you guys would rather hear it like that, but in you know, the backwards American way, we would say if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. But I felt like it was a little more dramatic when I said it on the ladder. So we're gonna jump into this game 3. Roden, let me stop babbling. Go ahead and start it up, bro. We can go ahead and fire away. Yes, that's right. We've got the king of all throws, Ronan, modding and heading the room as well. So big shout outs to him. Thank you for coming through, showing your support. He's not even MVC. Good God.
Yeah, the communication is going to be between B and Ronin. Seems like he's just unable to be in the voice chat for some reason, but he is still like looking at Discord. That's why we
the fact that he started it, you know, at the exact moment lets us know that we're in sync. And I'm obviously Justin Timberlake, and he is Lance Bass.
Game number 3 now. Let's see what they're up to. Trovo is going to be defending on the laundry side using this Holger, making sure that he's safe before going towards Bravo. They're taking their time. The push is still coming in for stamina. The first one to get there is going to be Narx. Narx going to be rocking this Holger, finding the first opponent, but Saturn's takes the better off that trade. The side of stamina, really risky way of approaching this scenario, you know? They're not really cleaning up the area, they're just straight up going for the flag. And, well, it didn't work out. Now Shift does get that double kill. Shift going for the triple and getting it.
Oh, Shift.
Rocking with that Type 25. And now, gonna be trying to capitalize on those kills, trying to go for it, but the Thumper destroys the car. And that's a double for yeah. This Thumper, I think, like, the biggest issue for people about the Thumper is the ammunition on it. But the amount of value you can get set of those bullets, it can be too high, you know, to just give up on.
No, you're absolutely right. The momentum is going to go in favor of Nova off the rip. They're going to do a great job of containing this ring sight. The Thumper lead the pack. Just an absolute beast of a gun if you know how to use it. And Nova are very great with it. As a matter of fact, I've seen more Thumper uses today than I have ever seen it. These guys trying to, you know, be innovative and unique and doing a damn good job of it so far. Neo gonna hold down the fort here in top laundry. Is gonna be able to find his fourth 2-piece to go along with it. But I'm looking for Drari. He's got 7 on board. He started the game off strong. Not necessarily trading those kills for some objective time, but leading the pack for that Slayer roll. Oh, the shots, Turu. Not safe. Niels, not safe. Saturns, you're out of here. He's gonna have that open push towards the B site, but there's a lot of... Oh, my God. There's a lot of traffic mid.
Like, he's one-trapping the enemies right now.
I gotta find Grizz. Where are you? Usually I'm used to seeing him do it with a shotty. Right now he's got the Type 25. He's finally gonna be taken down, but the damage is done.
Let me tell you, between Drari, I mean, Drari got that double, but Grizz was spawn trapping 3 enemies and just making sure that they couldn't go for B, you know? Made a phenomenal job making sure that enemies were dead. His allies just capitalized on those kills, immediately captured Bravo, and now they're gonna have to defend this area. But an awesome job done there in between Drari and Grease.
B's going to be compromised yet again. Nova doing what they do best. That is some well-played objective, but Drari up top is a beast. Gets the sentry gun to go down. I'm not questioning the use of Scorch Reeks early on, but I might be questioning the use of Scorch Reeks early on. We know how much perseverance this Nova team has. They're just so damn hard-headed. They never give up. In an instance where we go to a second half where it gets a bit narrow, you're going to need everything in your artillery. And, you know, Drari able to capitalize on 1 kill, but that was all he got off that sentry gun. No value there in that. And we're going to see Nova make the push. Oh, they've got C outright, you know, dead to rights here. 3 players on it. Only 1 player left, and that's Shift. Oh, Shift! Man, such a damn good start to the game.
Now, there's been a few players getting so many back-to-back kills, just completely now dominating in a way. You know, the start was really rocky, really in favor of Nova, but between the fact that Drari and Grease have done it, now Shift has done it as well. They're gonna be in the lead, 75-64. Verdict, this is the first match of the day. I said that, in my opinion, because of Navi's forfeit, this was gonna be the best one, and so far, I mean, the level between these two, super high, super exciting.
Grizz gonna make some usage. Him and Drari both gonna pull out the death machines. They're going to find a little bit of value there. The pressure's going to come in from Nova. They're going to be ousted by the Predator missile. Grizz going to be caught out in the open there in zigzag, trying to maintain that traffic. But you can already see it. A little bit of traction there on that ring site. Open up the floodgates for some map control. Narc's going to be able to utilize his death machine. Finds 2. Could find Churu. But is going to be shut down. The shots are just going to come raining in for this Nova squad. But look at Stamina trying to play the long game. Looking for that initial push on the C side. It's going to be shut down, but I love their uniqueness and their ability to be creative in a pinch. B's going to be capped. A still in favor of Stamina. The name of the game right now is Stamina. You got to have it to persevere against this Nova team. They will beat you in the trenches all day long, but still a little bit of game left to be played. 80-8 or 90-82 now, as double cap is going to favor Nova. We've got ourselves a hell of a game, and you mentioned it. This was the highlight match of the day. You're so right. They are very much so over-delivering.
Now, Saturns is going to be using the Goliath. The problem is that he not have the defense from his allies. Their bullets are raining in. He is already half HP, just trying to survive, but it doesn't matter now. He does have the support from his allies, just dancing around this ring area, you know? He is making sure that he survives in there. The push was there with the death machine. Not going to be possible. Saturn's still alive. The abilities, the utilities, you said how important the Scorchers were going to be if used later on in the game, or right now, they could have been so helpful against this Goliath. They finally take it out and immediately go for that push. They're gonna be capturing B right now. And Verdict, we have a game. Yes, the advantage is gonna be for Nova, but the double cap right now is gonna be for Stamina.
It is. How much stamina do they have left, though? You get the B cap. You got a little bit of map control, but look at Yaya. Yaya was making the flank, but is shut down. Drari continue to do Drari things. He's got 21 on board. If this isn't a big game performance from him, I don't know what it is. 21 and 13, absolutely fragging out. He's got Grizz there, too, doing a great job of, you know, that traffic control. A little bit of control there on the ring side of the map as we take a look at it. Inferno up top, 2 players down low. This is a perfect rotation here for Stamina. Nova doing everything they can, and it's going to come down to the wire, in my opinion. Neil on the backs of that SKS, going to clear out top laundry, but there's still 2 players in the mix. That's Narcs, who's got a airstrike. A game changer. Oh, it finds a 2-piece to go along with it on the backs of his gun, making 3. He's got another cluster.
That's just the nail on the coffin, you know? Oh. He is having so much value. No one can get around and Verdict. It seems like Stamina have made it, you know?
Oh, they've got it, bro. That airstrike is going to solidify it. The cap isn't going to come through on A. Double airstrikes, one on B. Who's got the B one? Oh, why do you have the airstrike on B? Okay, that's cool. There you go. Just prevent that flow of traffic from Nova. Can't triple cap if you can't step on the point. That's tough. We'll see you in the losers bracket. Nova. Hell fault game there in number 3, but Stamina able to prevail and play that long game. They coordinated their score streak so very well, and Narcs fried at the end of the game. Hell of a game for both teams, but Stamina moving on the winner's side of things. Nova going to be bounced down to the bottom side of the bracket.
Absolutely insane. Not at all the outcome I was expecting off of the first game, you know. I definitely saw Nova that was really, really dominant, but Stamina just wouldn't give up, you know. They wouldn't budge. They continued to try on. We got all the way to round 11 on Search and Destroy. They ended up winning the game for Stamina. And, well, domination. A bit of a back-and-forth kind of fight between the two, but we both questioned the streaks used from the side of Stamina. You know, it seems like they had a plan, you know. They were like, you know what? I don't care. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know when I'm going to be getting stuff. And they took an amazing approach for it. You talked about so many so good cluster strikes, just making sure that enemies couldn't get over at B. And the victory is going to be for them. Yet again, we're going to have Drari in that MVP spot. Like, overall, Drari, I think he was the MVP for the team the full
facts.
3 games, you know?
He was MVP for the squad today. Of course, Narcs able to step up towards the end, coordinate those score streaks so very well. Had a great hold on the B side of things, which allowed for some of that focus from Stamina to, you know, fall back, able to hold jungle site and maintain that A site. Just a ridiculous amount of coordination that was required for that push, because when Nova come in, they come in strong. They don't get shut out. Unfortunately for them, they bite the bitter end of the stick this time. And, you know, we've seen it all too often. The comeback for Nova is just absolutely on point. That was not the case this game. That was all Stamina. That was all Drari. That was all Grizz, Narcs, Shift, Inferno. We didn't see too much Inferno in this series, but, you know, when you got teammates as OP as Narcs, Grizz, and Drari in the mix, the fact that we're not even mentioning Shift, or I'm not mentioning Shift there, is just ridiculous. The amount of firepower that they had in that game 3, and hell of one to start the day off. And now we're gonna get geared up for the next series. But huge shout out to Stamina and Nova for participating today, and obviously a huge shout out to Stamina for being able. Oh my goodness, what is your camera doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let me.
I haven't bounced back out of the lobby yet, so we're good.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to give you another link for.
Gotcha.
I have no idea what's going on.
That's okay. We're gonna take a short intermission. We're gonna get some graphics updated. We're gonna allow Gil the opportunity to get his camera back on point. And yo, if you guys ask me another player or person to be unbanned in chat, bro, I'm gonna do something very cool and collected and unbanned them, okay? So if we can, go ahead and give these guys second chances just for the day, just because it's Friday, just because I'm feeling good. So, again, we're going to take a short intermission, get these next matches ahead of us in the lobby. I do believe it is going to be Meseeks and Asilium, so give us about, a few moments. You already know how this thing goes. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we are back for just a moment, I promise you, in a series of unfortunate events. It appears as though here in the Meseeks Invitational EU $250 COD mobile tournament that the Meseeks team was a no-show, no-call. So, no call, no show. Yeah. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump into our last series of the night, which we have yet to prepare. We had 10 minutes set aside for the Meseeks team to join. And unfortunately, they did not take advantage of, the opportunity, which, again, this is the Meseeks Invitational. And the Meseeks EU team is unavailable. So, we're going to get geared up for our next and final series as I'm taking a look at it. We got graphics to show for you guys to see. We saw the Stamina and Nova matchup. That was phenomenal. We'll get this updated to reflect the Cilia moving on into the next, next day of events in the winter side of things. Navi, of course, forfeited as well, so Bunker gets the free pass. That brings us to our last and final matchup, which is going to be the Gallant and Illuminati series. So, as soon as we get graphics to reflect and show for the losers side of things, and the losers, I gotta find a better way of saying that. What do you say, the lower portion of the bracket? Does that sound better?
And the lower bracket.
Yeah, we'll say the lower bracket then, because losers! We're not gonna... Don't clip that. Okay, you can clip it. I don't care. When we have, that portion updated, we'll, be sure to show you guys and keep you updated as we go along. But until then, stay, sharp, crisp. Keep those clean jokes, in chat entertaining. Yeah, Master, I'm calling you out, bro. The Jake Paul one was obviously funny, so I will allow it. And keep vibing in chat. We're gonna go ahead and cut to a short, clip from our sponsors who obviously have been gracious enough to allow us to run this event. So big shout outs to JuJu, HyperX, Trovo, and SXC Finger Sleeves. Be sure to use code Meseeks. So don't go anywhere, cool cats. We're gonna be back in a few. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. This is day one of the Meseeks Invitational EU side of things. Got a $250 cash prize for these teams who make it the furthest. And right now, it's not looking too good for two of them. They're already in the losers bracket who didn't even care to show up. And obviously, it's okay. The lower side of the bracket is going to be looking as is. Obviously, the Nova team going to be moving down. They're going to be facing Meseeks. That'll be tomorrow. Navi going to be facing the loser of this next matchup. So I do believe we've got winners brackets ahead of us too, and that's up to date, guys, for everyone to see. We'll let you take a look at that. Buck Raw going to be facing the winner of this series as Gallant and Illuminati are going to be facing off in a best of three of their own. Gil, what are we looking at?
Specifically for players, well, we have Gallant, we have Illuminati. It's gonna be interesting. I would say leader, aka band, with a new name, specifically for the Gallant squad. That should be interesting. Of course, we all know the skill level that leader holds. And well, for the other team, for Illuminati, maybe go on to, well, probably Candolph or Apollo, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. And then in those search and destroy games, I'm going to be looking at Moro in particular. He has shown that he can hang with the best of us. Won the Rookie of the Split last night in the Mobile Mayhem Finals. And big shout out to him as he continues on his journey with this Illuminati squad. It should be an interesting one. Taking a look at the lobby, Apollo, Candolph, Moro, Vengeance, and the fifth is going to be Undercover, who is also known as AJX. Golden Boy coming through with the 5 gifted. Absolutely OP, my guy. Absolutely OP. Take a look at the side of Gallant. You've got Genius, Gathelia, Capo, and Band, who is, again, leader, and then 1.2 Test, who is actually Onur. Interesting not to see Raid in that lobby, as Raid is one of those most dynamic players in EU. As a matter of fact, I believe he was, don't quote me on this, but called the best player in EU by Ferg. So if Ferg gives you, that title, it holds a little bit of weight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you gotta take in consideration how much he's played, how much he has absorbed over this game. So it definitely has some weight. But yeah, I think we haven't talked about the map rotation on this one. I'm gonna try to get my hands onto it.
I've got it by hand. Yeah, I do have it right here. I have it pinned. I saw this moment coming, and Future Verdict is very pleased with the results. We're going to start things off with a Hardpoint Summit, followed by a Search and Destroy on Standoff. And if this game does go to the distance, or this match goes to the distance, I won't be surprised, but I will be, I'll be optimistic here. I'll say we go to a Game 3. It's going to be a domination firing range. I'll be very pleased to see that Game 3 came through, but Gallant have opted to veto Crossfire, as well as Illuminati opting to veto Hackney Yard. Operator bans are Gallant Sparrow and Illuminati Annihilator. So the two normal bans that we'll see in Operators for use. Won't see Kinetic Armor or TAC 5 on that list at all, ever, because Stage 5 has it already banned, pre-banned. So I thought that was a great move. I still stick by that, and I'm now looking at a much more normal operator ban in Sparrow Annihilator. So looking forward to seeing how these teams perform as we're going to go ahead and dive on into game number 1. Again, we said it was Summit Hardpoint. Is that right?
For the first one, yes, Summit Hardpoint.
There we go.
And there we have it. Game number 1 between Gallant Esports and Illuminati. Well, like you mentioned, it's gonna be interesting to see maybe how much Illuminati can hold on to. So for starters, what about us spectating one of them?
Let's go with Undercover, aka Ajax. He's been one of those players who are known to just pop off at any given moment. We're going to give him the opportunity to shine here early on. He's rocking the Holger and the MW11. I know Day would be jumping in his socks right now. Those MW11 vibes are all too familiar with him. And Ban actually going to get first blood, and a plethora of kills going to come along with it. That's going to be favoring the side of Gallant, who I have predicted to be, you know, a major contestant here in this match alone, but also in the long run of things. So we'll see how they progress. P1 going to be out in the open here. Bottom control, computer sites, whatever you want to call it. And a little bit of uncontested time, much needed here for the guys over at Illuminati.
Yeah, they were able to take the enemies out and have been able to do so for the longest time on their cover. Now gonna get taken out by Capo. Capo gonna be rocking this R09, a shotgun that we've gotten to see a couple of times already, and well, we've seen how much terror you can cause with it. So far, Capo has gotten himself one single kill so far. So, you know, maybe not the fullest extent of this weapon particularly, but overall he's going to continue with it, and he picks kill number 2 on 2 undercover. Point 1 is going to be done 38-9. The advantage is for Gallant Esports. Great job so far as they now start rotating towards the next one. Let's see if Illuminati can peek inside. Candle so far has gotten himself only 2 kills, and he gets inside of the objective playing with this Bison.
Yep, Undercover going to be your top frag for the Illuminati side of things. For Gallant, you've got a plethora of players to choose from. Right now, it's Band and Gathelia. Gathelia gets taken down. Band as well, leader. Trying to lead this team to the promised land here in game number 1. It's looking pretty, you know, pretty close for call, but with the advantage going back over in favor of Gallant, they're going to be able to pick up some much-needed time here on the P2 venue. Creeping up the staircase, going to be able to find one. The contest is going to come through. Genius down low for someone who drops, but there's 2. And that is going to be Illuminati taking up some time here. So making things interesting. Not leaving too much on the table for the guys over at Gallant to take advantage of. But, you know, these rotations over the P3 are going to be very lethal for Illuminati, as now they're going to have to make their way through the long side of the map. I do see 4 players making their connection over through that connector site. Undercover going to lead the pack. Apollo going to be taken down. The shots are going to come in. Spawns have flipped. How? I'm looking at it. That's Moro trying to anchor. Is going to be able to find shots. No, he's not. Genius shuts him down, and that is, you know, going to lead us to that P3 opening. And right now, nobody's on point.
Yeah, so far it's been more back and forth than I was anticipating myself, but Illuminati gonna get the hold. 40 seconds remain, and they are gonna be close to tying it up. The spawn is gonna be in favor of Gallant Esports. I see Band rotating all the way around. Leader now trying to get it inside, gets a double, goes for the triple and gets it. That is gonna be a clean hard point for the side of Gallant Esports. A couple of streaks are gonna be used. They're gonna be getting a couple more points. It seems like maybe the side of Illuminati decided to rotate to the other side. Problem is that now that there's only 15 seconds left, it was exactly when the hard point, sorry, the respawns changed, and that's just bad news for Illuminati, you know?
Yeah, it's bad COD timing. That's poor judgment. You saw the anticipation towards that, or the motion towards that new site. It's, you know, going to be favoring the guys over at Gallant now. You had a little bit of a spawn situation where a few players spawned on the backside of tower, and, you know, even on the backs of a great rotation from Gallant, they are not going to be rewarded. As a matter of fact, Kandov is going to solidify the spawns there, as I just saw him, you know, half-heartedly spawn right behind the barrel site of Plow. And, you know, the situation is Gallant able to win those gunfights in the point. That's going to be a massive advantage for them, as they're going to continue the whole point, even on the backs of not having spawns. I guess when you don't die, you don't have to worry about spawns, right? We're going to be on board with Leaders to see where he spawns at. He's going to be out, and that is going to be some much-needed time on the objective here for the guys over at Illuminati, who managed to get the point for a moment, but the sentry gun, the 6-man, going to be a factor. Who's got that is finally taken down, but, you know, a little bit of give and take, and the guys over at Gallant looking pretty decent here on this rotation of P1 resets. Is going to come through about a 30-point advantage going over in favor of Gallant, but, you know, it's still up for grabs. I've got Gallant taking this game, but, you you know, I've got to give it to Illuminati. They've persevered throughout the long term here in this Summit Hardpoint.
They sure have persevered, and as they try to gain control over the objective, they get taken out by none other than Leader. Leader gonna be rocking this Holger, and on top of that has so many utilities now to be used in his favor, trying to survive. Missiles are getting taken out, but it doesn't matter too much. They continue to gain control, now gonna be taken out of their hands. Moro gonna be rocking this Death Machine. You were talking about how Moro could be important for S&D. Well, so far for Spawns has not been the player to watch in here. 3 kills for him. He's gonna be surviving inside of the objective, you know, so as far as it goes, he definitely is helping the team by staying alive inside. Now he's gonna get taken out. The side of Gallant just trying to win this game. Not gonna be enough with this point, but they are gonna be quite close to victory as we approach point number 2.
You could tell based off of the score streak usage from Gallant, they wanted to close this thing out in a P1 reset. They're not going to get that. Now they're going to be forced to extend the game to that P2 catwalk area, which, I mean, in reality, isn't much, you know, to be complained about if you're Gallant, but it definitely gives hope to your opponents, which is, you know, by far even worse. Only 11 points needed. Gallant looking pretty decent right now. Bang gonna man the objective, has 27 on board. Just an absolute beast so far in this series. Starting things off right, 27 and 14, 22 and 17, make it 23, and some objective time to go along with Onor's performance, and a phenomenal one indeed. 3 seconds left. That's game number 1. Obviously, it extended a little further than what Gallant had anticipated for, but they came in with a great strategy, a great game plan. And, of course, they take the game 1 on the backs of a phenomenal, you know, ability to slay out. I mean, look at Onor's numbers, look at Leader's numbers. They'll paint you a vivid picture of, you know, who they wanted to win. I'm looking at it right now. As a matter of fact, 27 for, was that 20? Oh, 28 for Leader, 27 for the Cathelia. These guys split top frag, in my opinion, by just a narrow amount of points, but, you know, the amount of fragability is on point for them. So, huge game 1 for the guys over Gallant. Now, we're looking at a game 2 situation where I made claims that if we are going to see that game 3 picture, it's going to have to come on the backs of how well Illuminati play the Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and so far, they definitely performed better than I was anticipating. And at the same time, of course, we had a Gallant Esports just rocking their world. They definitely lost control every now and then, but we're able to quickly recover from that state. And, well, you saw it yourself. The advantage was of 40 points, I believe. So they had the game in the bag. And as they stole that one for themselves, now we're going to be moving to Search and Destroy, like you mentioned. Is going to be now on, let me double check that real quick. It's going to be on standoff. Alright, so we're going to have Search and Destroy standoff for game number 2. Okay, so, well, we have that for ourselves. The thing I'm worried about the most, you know, it's Moro's situation, you know? He definitely underperformed on game number 1.
Yeah, he's going to have a massive game 2. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be looking at him in particular, and I know it's a lot of pressure, especially against an OP team such as Gallant, who have proven to be a top-tier team in the CU scene for quite a while now. As a matter of fact, the first time I got a chance of casting them, they won the Purr series, if I'm not mistaken, and they didn't drop a map. They have been everything but perfect since, but they are still in the picture for a top-tier team, in my opinion. Moving forward, all they got to do is close things out here strongly on this Search and Destroy to assert that dominance and not see a game 3, obviously. We know the implications of seeing how dramatic a game 3 could be. Stamina and Nova was one of those series that, you know, I was not picking sides, but based off of what I've seen recently, Nova have just been too overpowered in domination alone, and Stamina's ability to persevere and, you know, no pun intended, able to, you know, keep that stamina going. They take that game 3, and, you know, we've seen wild things. You let your opponent live in a game 2 type situation and let them take the advantage back. They could ride that momentum wave on into that domination. And I know for a fact that is not what is on the prerogatives of the guys over Gallant. They want to close the series out quickly. They want to make sure that there is no harm, no foul. You know, based off of the hardpoint game, you saw the score streaks come through in P1. on the reset, they wanted to close it out there, and they were just not fortunate enough to do so. Obviously they closed it out on P2, but that'll just let you know how much this series is detrimental to them moving forward. So search and destroy standoff. I gotta see Moro Snipes.
Well, if you think there's gonna be a specific player popping up for the side of Illuminati, who would you go for? Would you still go for Moro, or would you like swap it around because of like game one's performance?
Well, based off of game one's performance, I would say Apollo and Ajax are also players who could potentially pop off. Well, Apollo's not going to get that opportunity. We are going to see Device make the sub in, which, in my opinion, might be a little, premature. But hey, these guys know what they're doing, right? Maybe he's that specialty player that can sub in and make the impact just as well. So, got to give it to Ajax. He came in and balled out in game one, even on the backs of his teammates not necessarily picking up the slack. So, that slack needs to be picked up, and it needs to be done in particularly by Moro on the front end. He's got to have some opening frags to, start that pavement tour success for this Illuminati team. In order for them to stand a chance, it's going to be him solely on the back end. So, for Gallant, they have such a variety of talent, man. It's really hard to pinpoint anyone in particular. All of these guys you put them on any team, they top frag regardless type scenario. So, going to be interesting to see how I play out. They're going to be on the attack first. So, advantage might be, if they can manage to get those first bloods to start things off.
All right. Well, we are going to be mostly ready for the game. Currently just waiting on Vengeance to ready up, and as soon as that's done, we're going to get started with the game. We all know the drill. Okay. Is there any other specific change? How much have you seen about the SVD? The new, I think that's under the marksman category, if I'm not mistaken.
I know that I'm not 100% sure on that regard, but I do know that well, we're trying to work something out on the back end. Okay, the SVD alone, from my knowledge or what I've seen from it, it has fire rate of the SKS, but the power of a sniper. So, is it going to be a factor in this series? I don't know. I guess it's depending on who adapts to the meta as well. I don't know if I've seen them adapt to what has been the meta good enough to know that it's going to make an impact in the series for Illuminati. For the guys over Gallant, they obviously are lethal with any gun in their hand, so we'll see how it pans out, as we are at a bit of a standstill for the moment. We're waiting for screenshots from 2 more players, so obviously we've got a little issue on the back end from the teams. Obviously, we want to move on and move forward with this series, as it's the last one of the night for this Meseeks Invitational EU side of things, but as soon as we get them, we will be sure to move on.
Okay, and with that being said, we're just waiting on admins to press that button, I think, maybe. Oh, okay, we are almost good to go. And, well, off of the new season, as per usual, I feel like what I find interesting the most is how sometimes these new updates can seem to be like not too much of moving the meta potentially, but then once you get your hands onto it, you get a completely different feeling. Like I think we've had those in the past. Wasn't it with the HG40 where they like nerfed it just out of nowhere without actually telling anybody?
Yes.
We all were like, there's something odd, like it doesn't feel the same.
Bro.
And then after that, they were like, yeah, we maybe tweak it a little bit.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was actually having this conversation, surprisingly, yesterday with Ronan. We were talking about shadow nerfs and shadow buffs. These pro players trying to be creative and try something new before it even, hits the market. That HG40 hit, that HG40 nerf hit on a Tuesday, right? They released the patch notes on a Friday. I'm like, what the hell? I had already known that it had been nerfed. It was shadow nerfed. And I could tell just purely off of, you know, a few games in between. You know, back then I was playing comp, so it was a little different, but I immediately knew something was up. And then Friday they released the patch notes, and I'm like, bro, you guys are slacking. What's going on here? You did this intentionally. Sabotaging my career. That gun was a lifesaver for me, but when it went, I went.
Well, hopefully there's not gonna be more of those, because it always it just makes you like double check on yourself, like am I wrong? Is the weapon wrong? What's going on? But anyways, game number 2 has already begun. The first blood is gonna be in favor of Illuminati Gaming. The bomb is gonna be planted, 40 seconds on the clock, and Capo gonna be sniping, gonna be trying to go for a wallbang, not really landing, and pays the price. Device making his appearance, you know. So far 2 kills for the subbing player in the Illuminati roster. Now the bomb is going to be pushed over, the grenades are flying by, only 3 players remaining, but Genius from behind takes a double piece and continues to be alive, eventually gets taken out, so does Leader, and Illuminati got to start with the right foot. Specifically what I mentioned, how the Device got that double, you know?
Oh yeah, dude.
Only back here and just rocking.
Oh yeah, I was mentioning how well I needed to see Moro pop off, and here comes Device, who is on 60 MS. I don't know how true that is, but the name says it, so it's got to be true, right? Coming in and making an major impact in this first round. We'll see if those shots sustain over the course of things. As he's found 2 in the first round, can he make you know, a few more come through? Actually, Band going to find first blood. That's Leader clearing off that barrel side of things. As Ajax, another player I mentioned to have a better game, or a good game this time around, is gonna be taken out early. So we're gonna see the 4v5 ensue. The retake has to be on point. Moro looking to clear the pass. Is going to be spotted by Leader. He doesn't reposition. Oh, there we go. The shots do come through. It does hit. Device going to pick up his third. I'm going to give this guy some screen time now. I have been very negligent of that. Bombs down. 25 seconds on the clock. Oh, Onur makes him pay the price for peek, and he finds 2. It's a 1v1. No, a 2v1. Kandoff is the last one alive, and Kandoff's going to be taken down. Bomb goes down, and, you know, not necessarily the best retake for Illuminati, but still showing some progress here in the search and destroy.
Defend the objectives.
Yeah, it was not necessarily the best run for Illuminati. Now let's see what's up with them. But Gallant are being quite aggressive. Gathil playing with this CBR4. Okay, one of those new weapons in this meta. Actually receiving quite a few shots through the wall. One of those walls that you may not think that bullets are gonna come from at first, but once you learn about it, you just begin spraying and praying. That was almost a kill into Gathila, not being the case. He plants the bomb, gets pushed over by undercover Ajax. Finds the first blood, Device gets another one. Ajax goes in, tries to go for another kill here with the sniper. Capo gets the answers back, but gets taken out. This is gonna be a 1 versus 4. We do see Test getting pushed over by Moro, and that's gonna be the kill. That's gonna be the defuse. Once again, the lead is gonna be for Illuminati. You said it. Search and destroy could have been the factor that took us to game number 3. We're not there quite yet, but so far off of these 3 rounds, they're definitely playing way better.
They're definitely playing a lot better. As a matter of fact, you got that specialty player in the mix from Device. He's made a massive impact early on. Continuing to do so. He's got 4 on board. Taking a look at the leaderboard as well. Kandoff doing a great job. 3-1, 3-2 for Moro, who's finally starting to get a little warmed up. That's about as many kills as he got in the point. As I say that, he surpasses that and finds another. Capo drops. Cathilia's going down. Kandoff able to pick up his 4th as well. And a little bit of a different story here in the Search and Destroy. And I said, you know, maybe we won't see that game 3. You know, as long as it continues this way for Illuminati, we might be able to see that firing range domination coming through the mix. But still 3 players left alive for Gallant. A little bit of hope here. Bombs down, though, which is very unfortunate. You can see everybody from Illuminati gather around it. They know what's at stake here. They can't afford to be too old here. They need to see that game 3, and they're going to be playing this bomb with their life.
That kill came through just perfect timing for Illuminati. Device sniping in the back while everyone else is a bit more aggressive. Genius on the outside of Granny is now going on to Broken, trying to push forward for that bomb. Problem still remains. They know that the bomb is there. They know that they have to protect that area, and they're doing it. You know, they're being patient, playing the long run. I see that Test is actually trying to go all the way around. Could potentially spot some unaware enemies. Leader gets the first blood.
Oh, Leader.
Leader gets the double. Genius gets a kill too. A second ago, this was a 5v3. Now this is going to be a 2 versus 2.
Oh,
Make it a
Gandalf.
1v1. Make it 1v1 kills all over the place. Gandalf and Test, 20 or so seconds on the clock. Let's see who's gonna get this fight, the Type 25 or the other Type 25. Both of them are gonna be playing with it. That head glitch was just perfect for Gandalf.
No, it was, and I gotta say, he took on 2 gunfights that he had no business winning. Well, actually, one of them wasn't with a gun. Leader pushes in, and Gandalf was absolutely one shot. Leader not able to execute the melee, you know, and Gandalf making him pay for it. Did a great job. That round alone was won by Gandalf's ability to stay alive, and sure enough, that bomb head glitch came into play and able to hit the shots. Now we see a 3-1, much different from the hard point. You know, it was a fair played one by Illuminati. They kept things interesting, but all in all, it was a completely, you know, if you look at the scorecard, it was very dominated by the guys over at Gallant. They executed the strategy on point. They relied on their gun skill to complement the objective time, and you know, the score streaks came raining in, and obviously a 150 to 110 is a dub regardless of what happened in between that. So now a 3-1, shoe is on the other foot type scenario. Oh my god, Gathelia going to be finding the shots to land on. Device Vengeance finds one in the background. Bomb is planted, however, and we know the implications of how this bomb plant could factor into this Illuminati roster. Is we've seen the 4v4 retake come through. It wasn't pretty. That was the only round that the guys over at Gallant have been able to take yet. And now we're going to see them take another one. So it's a 3-2. We flip sides. Now the pressure is going to be on for the side of Illuminati to progress or perform. As now they are going to be on the attack. They're going to have to initiate. We're going to see how Gallant, you know, fall back and, you know, take the situation round by round.
Yeah, so far a 3-2 advantage as teams switch spawns, flip sides, and we're gonna have the opposite side of the coin. We had Gallant Esports being so aggressive under trying to plant the bomb over at A. Well, we now have Illuminati playing quite passively, just forming a line throughout the map, making sure that they get an advantage first that they can then capitalize on. Problem is that there's Capo finding that first blood on to Moro. Moro, the player with 4 kills, got taken out, but they still have Gandalf. Gandalf is also carrying the bomb using this Type 25, and currently in the inside of Granny's. I think he spotted an enemy at the distance. Problem is that he doesn't have the angle, but Capo does, and he gets the kill. That's gonna be a 5 versus 2. Illuminati falling apart. They have lost every single hope in here. There's gonna be 1 minute remaining, but in a 5v2 against Gallant, that's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, this is going to be brutal. Bombs down in a rough spot, too. It's bottom side Grannies. Well, we see Genius actually rotating. He does spot it. It is going to get the call out. Gathelia says, you know what, homie, let me just do my thing here. He is going to get caught out in the open, but Capo able to find the shots to land. We've got an equal 3-3 now as things got a little spicy and intense and was favoring Illuminati for that Game 3 situation, but it does not appear that their attack game is as strong as their defense. So in a situation like this, you would have begged for, you know, a 4-1 scenario before they make the transition. Capo, my God, the wall bangs galore. Ajax never stood a chance, but Device still able to carry the bomb site. Is going to be pushed by multiples. Vengeance finding 1. 2-for-1 trades. Things starting to fall apart here for Illuminati. Need to find a round on the attack, but it's not going to come easy. As a matter of fact, Capo making you pay for all that, you know, harm that you caused in the first defending side strat. Is looking to close it out here, making a 4-3. Vengeance does find 1, but still got 2 other players and no bomb in your hand.
The thing is that he at least got the time. He's going to spot Genius there over at Delhi. Takes the kill. That's a phenomenal job for Vengeance. Just done with the fact that he was not getting kills in the past few rounds. Now getting that double kill, positions himself in a 1 versus 1, left alone against Test. Test, this player from Gallant Esports. If I'm not mistaken, this is Gallant. Sorry, Honor, right? Test?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, well, Honor going to be playing with the sniper. The bomb is going to be planted, and this 1v1 may begin. Honor, on top of that, Sniper has this Val. A as well could be used. No one gonna be behind that headless position. 30 seconds on the clock, and I find quite interesting that Vengeance went all the way back. Of course, it's not usual for people to try to go for a ninja defuse, but you know, that could have been the perfect time for it. 20 seconds on the clock. Honor
Vengeance played
was
himself
ready.
there. You saw where
Yeah.
that bomb was, right? There's no dice. You take that gunfight and reposition yourself on the front side of the bomb when you damn well know the bomb's planted on the backside. Like, that was Vengeance playing himself there. He did a great job of collecting 2 kills and getting the bomb down, yes. But the execution after the bomb plant was very, very messy. You make that rotation to the backside, you're literally giving your opponent the advantage. Take the advantage. Take the fight head on. He decided to make that rotation in the front side. You saw the price he paid. It was his life. Gathelia gonna find one on undercover. Ajax down. Device gets the refrag though. Device is down. It's a 2-for-1 trade, and yet again with the advantage is Gallant, who on the flip side of things have made that 3-2 now their advantage 4-3. So are we gonna see that game 3 still? It's not looking good.
Not at all. 1 versus 4. Vengeance is yet again the last hope remaining. Not gonna have the bomb, not gonna have the control. The enemies know where the bomb is at. Vengeance is gonna find the first enemy, takes the kill, goes for the second one, and gets it. He may not have gotten the last round, but he is making an appearance so far. 7 kills, probably like 4 in the last 2 rounds. Let's see if he can clutch it up this time. He already messed up once. Let's see if he can pull it through this time around. As there's Genius and Capo left. Capo gonna be defending the middle part of the map, and Capo once again, like, this snipes, that was clean.
The snipes are clean, and now we're on match point. Started this thing off a lot better. Not being able to finish it up could be your downfall here. We were rooting for an underdog story, maybe see a game 3, but Gallant just doing way too much here on the defense. Able to snag a few rounds in their favor, and again, you could already see the mental slip from Illuminati early on in this round. They forgot to pick up the bomb. Device doubles back, and, you know, a player who's in your spawn looking to get a few opening picks. Maybe not the best person to be your OBJ player, but, you know, the results is all that matters. And Moro trying to deliver some here as he finds his 5th. Gathelia immediately on site. 3 players double back on that big blue building in the backside. And Gathelia might be outnumbered. He's on an island here. This could be an interesting trade. If Illuminati can pick him off, that would be crucial. But look at him. He's rotating. Oh, my God. He just did, you know, 1-2 step over Device, and, you know, bombs down again in a compromised position. And Gathelia able to get the job done and is back with some of his teammates to have his back there.
So far, we all know that Illuminati are on the brink of not elimination. They would go to the lower bracket, but of course that's not the best case scenario. Nor finds the kill on to another enemy that's gonna make it a 4 versus 3. 35 seconds on the clock. The bomb in no man's land. It's gonna be quite a struggle for them. Right now, Undercover is gonna be quite aggressive and gets taken out for it. Capo finds another kill, and nor those two. Candle answers back, goes for the double, does a lot of damage but doesn't take the kill. Vengeance gets pushed over by Gathelia, and with that double kill, that is gonna be a victory number 2 in favor of Gallant Esports with a clean 2-0. Are gonna be moving forward on the next round of this Meseeks Invitational from Europe.
Yep, things were starting to look good at the beginning of the Search Destroy. The defense was on point. Illuminati providing a little bit of life for themselves, but I got to be honest with you. That attack strategies, you know, the attacking side were about as stagnant as the hard point pushes towards the end of the game. You can't start the game off that strong and then expect, you know, to take us to a game 3 when you can't execute, you know, the simples. You got to have the basics down and packed. They've got phenomenal players. They got a lot of potential. Candoff and Vengeance showed you single-handedly what they're capable of doing, and then you've got shots coming in hot and heavy from Moro and Device when he was in the lobby. But, you know, you got to have more than just talent in order to win this search against a team such as Gallant. And, you know, they exposed them for that. So game 3 dreams are out the window. They're going to be moving on to the lower bracket. I'm trying to readjust here and make sure that, you know, I don't you know, say losers bracket, because it's, you know, all too easy for me to do. But lower bracket is going to be the case here for Illuminati. They're going to have to fight and scrap their way through. As a matter of fact, I was taking a look at the graphics. We haven't gotten them updated yet, but they're going to have a tough one to move on to, as they will face off against Navi. Oof, that's tough. This lower bracket is looking stout. I don't even want to look at the winner's side. Good God. Stamina, Asilium, Bunker, and Gallant all in the mix. Should be making for an interesting day 2, which will be tomorrow. Is that right?
Absolutely right. Tomorrow we will continue with some more action. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that we're going to have 4 games, right? The 2 of the second round of winners and 2 of the lower bracket.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to have a pretty interesting day for tomorrow. I think B just shared the link with us. So you said it yourself. On the winner's side, we still have Stamina against Asylum. We're going to have Bunker against Gallant. And, well, for Meseeks, who unfortunately couldn't show up today, well, not only do they lose that game, but also are going to be fighting against Nova on tomorrow's games.
That's tough, dude. That is a tough way to start your day tomorrow. Obviously, they still have a little bit of hope left. But, you know, Nova's OP, Navi's OP. These are 2 stout Stage 5 teams who are looking to grind it out and continue to perfect their craft. Definitely don't want to be standing in front of them as they do that, but you know, things happen. Stuff, you know, I guess they could be in a worse situation, right? They could be eliminated, but this is a double elimination, which is great. So still about 3 more days left, as we're gonna cap tomorrow off with some 4 games, 2 games for the winners, 2 games for the losers, and we'll update you around the progress. So that's gonna conclude our Meseeks Invitational EU. For today. We'll be back live at 8 p.m. Central European time tomorrow, which is about 2 p.m. Eastern time for you guys keeping score. Gil, I want to say thank you for hopping in the hot seat right there. You know, co-casting with Verdict, it could go 1 or 2 ways today. It went pretty badly. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of cluttered. I'm not as fluid as I was yesterday, but hey, as things build up, I'm sure I'll progress.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully tomorrow games will go more smoothly, but yeah, I had a blast with the 2 games we had. That first series between Stamina and Nova, just like it put me in a good mood because of how competitive it was, right? It was such a good game, and although we didn't get to see some of the ones that we were hoping for, that one sort of made up for that fact, I would say. So hope you guys also enjoyed it in the chat. Because at the end of the day, as I like to say, we all do this for your enjoyment.
I'm looking at you guys, you viewers. We're doing it for you guys. Got to give a huge shout out to Trovo, HyperX, JuJu Energy, and SXC Fingers Sleeves. Be sure to use code Meseeks to check out. We're going to get geared up for a raid. Not 100% sure who we're going to, you know, toss you guys over to, but I'm sure they will love the company. We'll see you back live tomorrow. Also, you can catch me in Mobile Mayhem in a BR tomorrow night. My schedule's so packed, bro. I'm literally bogged down. Help me! All right, guys. Raid time. We'll see you back tomorrow.